Hi, I bet you didn't see that coming, and welcome to Wrong Way. And today I'm going to share with you my favorite non-electric personal means of transportation, starting from the least amount of wheels to the most amount of wheels. So let me tell you more about it. Wrong Way. Bro, if I can start from standstill, it will be a great success. Let's try. Nope. Okay, let's find a pole. I don't know if it's the best idea to go like off-roading right away, but no, here we go. So for the longest time on this channel, I've been just riding electric stuff, and I do like electric stuff. It comes in handy, but recently I've been gravitating more and more towards the analog and battery-free ways of things, especially for satisfaction, exercise, having fun. As you see, I'm totally not hanging on for dear life. I'm having fun. So I wanted to share with you guys this part of me. Let's start with the unicycle. I picked up the unicycle, a 20-inch, and that's what I would suggest to you to start with. Actually a couple years ago, and I've been trying it on and off, and it was a lot harder to ride on this, and it is a lot harder to ride on this, than on the electric unicycle. It is the most amount of concentration that you will have at such slow speeds. Genuinely, I think it feels more chill to walk on thin ice. But the unicycle is plenty of fun, I gotta tell you. You just need to have a good setup. A wide tire actually helps. This is a 29er, so this is already a pretty big boy. I do enjoy picking this thing up and going out for a ride. It is not fast, it goes around like skateboard speed, I know, 5 to 10 kilometers an hour. It weighs like 6 kilos. So for you EUC manufacturers, that would be a light EUC. So this thing I don't use for commuting at all. This thing I just use for fun. Sometimes I would go out for a longer ride, and longer ride is like 10, 15 kilometers. I think it took me around 3 hours, maybe 4, to start riding in a straight line somewhat consistently with the 20-incher. And still, it is quite a challenge to ride it. Okay, with that said, this is my pedal unicycle. Let me know if you want to see more content about it. And let's move on and add a second wheel to the mix. I need to get back. And there is no pole. There's just me being a pole. Maybe I can start from standstill and not scratch the install lens. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it. I am doing it, I'm doing it. I did it. Ah! Great success. And another mode of transportation that I fell in love with lately is cycling. I mean, there's just something magical about the simplicity of the bike, about the fact that you have basically infinite range. You are the only hurdle, you're the only obstacle when it comes to range. Not the type of batteries, not how used they are, not what kind of charger you need. I mean, cycling is amazing. I already had a chance to do a couple over 100 kilometer long trips, also with my friend Adam. Cheers, Adam, also a long-time viewer of the channel. Cycling is, it brings a smile to my face, as you can see. So back in the day I used to cycle, but after I discovered PVs, scooters, e-bikes and EUCs, I kind of a little bit forgot about them. And I had it in the back of my mind that I could have a proper bike, but I never actually put the money aside to actually try. If you just go everywhere with the EUC, your range of motion in your legs becomes quite a bit limited. So I needed a couple of weeks to finally be able to push a little harder and not have your knee give out as a consequence. And later on, I bought myself this, which is a time trials bike. And I made a video about taking it home from where I bought it. 130 kilometers. It's on the Abundance channel, which I don't know if I will continue. I really love cycling, and my legs also actually can go along with it. I use the bikes now to just travel around the city, get my errands done, also make long journeys. Can I just say, there's something so insanely satisfying of getting more performance, getting more reward the more you ride. You get constantly more range, your metabolism increases, and this hill that initially when you started out was terrifying and so difficult to do you couldn't get up this hill. Now you can do it at about 15-20 kilometers an hour, and you pass other cyclists along the way. With that said, let's move up with the number of wheels. Oh, by the way, before we get to the next vehicle, quick shout out to Insta360. I'm recording this whole video with the Insta360 One X5 and actually a ND filter attached to it. So the content should be a lot smoother than without the ND filter. The X5 is pretty cool. It has a lot of upgrades. I have this mic that connects directly to the camera. So if you want to record your rides and have actually good audio and you want to make your, I know, YouTube videos or shorts, it's no problem now to do it with the Insta360. Of course, you can reframe it. You can set up your aspect ratio that you desire. Maybe you don't know. I'm currently holding a selfie stick, and not without reason, it's called the Invisible Selfie Stick. So it looks kind of like a drone footage. Really sick camera with a lot of new features. I'm sure that you can read a lot more about the fancy stuff that is in here, like a bigger sensor and other stuff. Bigger battery, better screen. Definitely a great tool to use as a EUC rider and content creator. Oh my goodness! Now the last method of transportation that I wanted to show you in this video is none other than the classic longboard. This is a San Clemente board, and I really like it a lot. I tried surf skates, I tried skateboarding, and really what makes it for me with just longboarding like this one is just how easy and comfortable it is to get around town. How easy it is to push it, how stable it is. This almost barely turns, especially compared to a surf skate. Now, of course, longboarding does come with its own sets of issues. It doesn't really brake all that well as a bike. It doesn't really like bad weather. The bearings rust. At least it's very easy to replace them. It's not as fast as an EUC, not as fast as a bike, but at least on this one, I can comfortably go maybe like 20 kilometers an hour, a bit above sometimes. So I'm fairly happy with what I'm able to do with just, you know, pushing myself off with one leg. It's the lightest, so if I go into public transport, it's just no issue at all. I have a really lovely community here in Warsaw called Elskate, or Aleskate if you pronounce it in Polish. Wonderful people. Boards are just so social. You just step on it, you talk, you don't have anything in your hands. You can go really slow, really fast. So whatever kind of transport you ride, analog transport, it will give you actually a lot of joy. It will make your heart beat faster. It will give you better stamina, make you healthier. In general, it's just a lot of fun. All of the sports I mentioned here are also fairly cheap, with unicycles starting at about, I don't know, $150, $200 for a good unicycle. So the bike I got was about 500 bucks, used. Doesn't have, you know, disc brakes, doesn't have the latest Shimano gear set, but it works. And it has a nice shape, a nice frame, and that's what I love about it. When it comes to the board, really, this is 100 bucks. 150 bucks. Most expensive ones are like 300, 400. At least the ones that I know of. It's not really that expensive of a hobby, especially if you compare just pads or just pedals for an electric unicycle being $200, $300. So with that said, I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed this non-electric kind of content. And if you're still here, leave a like on it. Subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.